Alright, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to use Python to automate some reports. First, we'll start from a very simple report. In this report, we're going to automate just a regular email. So let's start again, importing the necessary libraries. We load and clean our data. We generate some basic text for our reports. And then we go ahead and create some enhanced email with basic reporting in the body. In order for it to work, we need to get some environmental variables. The email where we're sending the report from and where we're sending it to. So to create environmental variables is easy. You search env from the start menu and select environmental variables. From here we can click on environmental variables to add a new one or modify existing ones. We're going to create new ones for report email as well as a password, which will show you how to get that, and a client email who you're sending it to. Once those are all set up, we should be good to go. So let's go ahead and try to test it very simply. Again, first you import all the necessary libraries, load and clean your data from a CSV, check out the video we created that earlier, and then we have the various parts that we need for our email. We need a try except block, which is going to make sure we catch any errors if they do arise. Now, let's run this quickly. As you can see, we go ahead and execute, make sure we don't catch any errors. If there are any errors, we need to address them immediately. As you can see, our data was not able to load successfully because we have a missing column. The date column is not existing in our data, so we need to change it. The correct column should be deleted date. Once that is fixed, and then we double check that we fixed everything else, we should be good to go. Now executing that same piece of code will generate success. So the email was sent successfully, and we can take a quick look at what the email looks like. Before we were able to send this email, make sure you go into your Google account and set up your app password. Now, let's go into a more sophisticated or a more automated way of creating this email. We'll go ahead and clean out a terminal for now. And also, before we jump into Sweetviz, let's close the previous tabs, the previous report. And as usual, we start by importing the necessary libraries. The most important here is Sweetviz. We're going to use SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol library. Email libraries, we definitely need MIME base for multimedia, support of attachments, encoding, OS, date, time, and so on. Once again, we load and clean our data as usual. We're going to need to create a report using Sweetviz, which has been aliased as SV. With one line of code, we're able to create a subset of columns we would like to analyze. And then we know our output would be Sweetviz report subset. It's an HTML document, interactive. It needs to open in a browser, but we're going to set it up to false so that we don't have any pop-ups. We have our layout set up to be vertical, so we don't have it to be wide, which is the other option. For the email proper itself, we go ahead and pick up our environmental variables which we set up, and also enter the rest of the information we need. For the attachment, make sure we use RB. We're reading it in binary mode. We get all the SMTP, SSL, which is important for security. Opening up our Gmail with the email and passwords that we've set up as environmental variables. The last part just makes sure that you're running it directly and not calling it as an import in another file. With that, we can now execute or run our code. So let's see what happens once we press the play button. Checking out the terminal, you see the progress that takes place. We successfully automated the report. Next step is emailing it, which was successful. Now you can see that the email has been generated and sent out. You can also go back and check in our folder, make sure that the file, the HTML file we created, is in there. You can open it directly from the folder or from the email that we sent out. And that's about it. Now, checking out what the report looks like. The Sweetviz report is dynamic. It's also interactive. You can click on each one of those features or columns that we selected and get more details as regards that particular column. You can also check out the correlations and the rest. And that's about it. Now, you've got an AI assistant working 24/7, and if you want it to text you with what it finds, then you can check out our next video as we're going to work on that. Remember, smash subscribe for our next video, like, subscribe to the channel, and comment with what you find interesting.